You want to get out? Huh? You want to get out? You want to go pee-pee? Hey, how you doing? Morning, Monica. Hey, Ray. It's definitely flat, huh? You can't see it with this phone, but about halfway out is the Mississauga. It's a self-unloading freighter that's going from Sault Ste. Marie to Caseville. Probably got a load of limestone. I rarely see ships from here. It's the second time, really. It's about 35 miles out. You can't see the hull because of the curvature of the earth. It's about 76, 78 miles straight across from here to Canada. On a clear night, you can see the tops of the blades of the wind turbines. So yes, the earth is round. Weather's not bad. It's about 42. This poor park's been taking a beating. Actually, I came over here to see if that little strip of sand had been wiped out, but it's still hanging in there. This is the Taos Point Lighthouse. Doing fine, thank you. Nikisha. Oh, good, Lindsay. Glad you like it. I get crappy emails from people bitching about me filling up their box in the morning. They're going to unsubscribe because I upload too many videos. Hard to believe this is all fresh water. Actually, Lake Huron's my favorite lake. Hey Larry, how you doing? Never anybody over here. They've tried like hell to save this park, but it's a losing battle. Actually, if you look, the sand has been piled in front of the bathroom to try and save the strip. This used to be a much bigger area. See the sand pile they put in front of the bathroom? I can't even get to it. They piled these rocks trying to save it. Looks like they've kind of given up. See how it's went around the rocks? Hey Blue Malibu, how you doing? There's so much of this park that's been eroded away. It sucks. This area on the other side of the van, they wouldn't even have had a beach if they didn't knock down this trees and stuff. It's really a shame, but what are you gonna do? Little Mother Nature's taking back the beach. Hey Janice. It's so beautiful over here, it's ridiculous. Crystal clear water. I mean, I already know this, but you know, these zebra mussels, this water is not supposed to be this clear. And there are consequences to that. See, zebra mussels. I mean, it looks nice, and you tend to think that's the way it ought to be. Well, it's really not. These zebra mussels have really taken a hit on the Great Lakes. Yeah, it's really a shame. I mean, the states, you know, they're getting nailed on every coast, Lake Michigan. But here, they see these rocks, and now the water's coming around it. Like I said, this was a much bigger area. If you go back on my older videos, not that long ago, you'll see where this area was so much bigger. So was the beach. Before, where you see that bathhouse over there, they used to have two 35-foot aluminum gangplanks that they'd roll out that you could walk from the beach house to the shore. Well, as you can see, both those are gone now. They've piled a bunch of rocks up on the end, and the water's right up to the building. Oh, wow, hon. It's interesting how the water just smooths everything over. Wood, rocks, everything. Love this place. Here's a parking block for when you used to be able to park here. Right, Daisy? I've done a lot of sunsets and sunrises here. Yeah, Daisy loves it. Oh yeah, no sharks here. See these parking blocks? This was all up there. That was all road not that long ago. We had record cold about 5 years ago, and there was a lot of open water, but there was about 28 inches of ice. And I'd come out here and do photographs. Well, I read a lot, and I've got all the depth charts. And if you can see where the water's breaking out there, it's actually very shallow. I could walk out here probably 200 yards and wouldn't be past my waist. But if you don't know that, and it's the winter time, I'd go out there with my camera and my video camera, and I'd be in a pair of regular shoes doing videos, and people would be blowing their horns and telling me I was going to drown. They wouldn't have believed me if I told them that the water is 2 feet deep out there. But it is. This is anywhere you get water that comes around like a bay. That's how it usually happens. Kind of does a clockwise motion if it's heading south, which it does eventually. But see now, this is even eroding behind these rocks, which sucks. They've tried everything. I feel the state has really done a good job at trying to keep it from disappearing. Damp and cold today. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dazer. They got more sand they were going to use. It's not really doing much good right here. They're inundated though with stuff to do. Wish there's something I could do for them. Anybody, help them out. This really sucks. See how the erosion starting around these big piles? Shit. And the biggest problem with this is been because of unusual, almost record water levels. And in the fall of last year, they got some heavy storms from the east, which caused part of the problem. So, I don't know, I try not to get depressed about it, but it's hard not to. Hey, 2020. Daisy, well, hey, Ray. Temperature's about 41 degrees, but it seems cold because if you look at Taos Point State Park, you can Google it. It runs every direction possible. That's why here you can catch a sunrise and a sunset at the same place. But this, I'm looking right into the southwest right now, and it's kind of cold. No, it's all fresh water. Way too far south. Yeah, I'm not really into fishing too much. There's a lot of fish, although the fish are down. There's cormorants, there are mergansers, there are loons. There's a ton of fish-eating waterfowl. That's one problem. Zebra mussels created clear water. It's harder to catch fish than it used to be. And the stocking of the Great Lakes with salmon has been a total failure. That was all a money thing by the state. And AOIs, which are not indigenous, those were, it's just been I think, mismanaged. You'll realize if you read about this that it all evolves around an economy, not necessarily what's best for these beautiful freshwater lakes. I mean, these are world wonders. They really are. Great Lakes. So damn beautiful. I've lived through hurricane seasons in Florida before. We don't get hurricanes here. We get tornadoes, and we rarely get them this far north. Hurricanes, in my experience, are more of a pain in the ass than they are a threat to your life. It rains like hell. Things get flooded. You can't buy anything. The power goes out. And that's a hurricane. Where a tornado, that's a whole nother ballgame. That'll take you out in a heartbeat. Look at what they've been doing lately, and that one that went through Nashville and during the winter. I mean, the weather is, changed. There's been about 5 times I've got there too early or too late on tornadoes. I'm not saying I would have got killed, but I barely missed them. Hurricane season's in the fall in Florida. It's a real pain in the ass. I enjoyed the hurricane season down there, actually. I'd like to go down around the beach during a hurricane. It's fantastic. Looks like something out of a movie. So, that Mississauga freighter, that's not that far from Caseville now. It's surprising the depths of water. People are shocked. If you look, like when the Detroit River kind of gets low, it's not uncommon for freighters to drag the bottom going through Detroit. Detroit's really not a river, it's a strait. And if you look at the Livingstone Channel, just south of downtown, they have to dredge that all the time. Lake Erie's shallow, Lake St. Clair is very shallow. Superior's deep, Michigan's deep. Huron's not too bad, this lake right here. Was it really 2 miles? Why? Wow. Yeah, especially get up the like F5s on the top of the scale. I've seen the damage they can do, blow cars a mile away and that kind of thing. I'd much rather go through a hurricane or a typhoon. Hey Heather, how you doing? Oh, is that right? Beautiful here. Calm today, really. This is pretty calm. I'm surprised I'm getting this good of a cell phone signal. This water's cold, probably around this is Taos Point State Park in East Taos, Michigan, on the east side of Michigan. About 2.5 hours north of Detroit. Yeah, May sounded in a good mood, didn't she? She called me this morning. Actually, I talked to her and Jeannie for a little bit. She's got 2 great kids, nice mother. I don't mind sending Ebony money at all. I don't. Hey, Starlight. Yeah, I wish I could have given Marguerite some money. It didn't work out. Poor old Marguerite. She's a handshake away of lights out. It looks like her son posted a. There's 2 mergansers right there, a female and a male. I don't know if you can see them. I'll tell you, they'll go through some fish. I was reading an article that said like those mergansers, they're big birds. See them? It's a male and a female right there. Let's see if you can see them. Well, I can't see them through here. There they are right there. See them? They say that two of those mergansers, which are pretty big, are a kind of a duck, that they need about a 25 square mile lake of their own to survive throughout the summer. You believe that? They're beautiful birds. You look at the distance they're migrating. They're finding more and more out though, and a lot of breeding pair of birds, they split up during the winter and meet again during the breeding season. Yeah, you would think these were loons. I thought they were loons, but they're actually mergansers. If you look a picture of them up, they're an interesting bird. Super fast, swim like hell. Yeah, Ebony's a sweetheart. Hey Penny, how you doing? They're finding out more of this being together for life is more of a human story than it is the reality of birds. They've been knocking a lot of holes in that. It's something you'd read in Reader's Digest, but the reality of it is it's turning out to be bullshit. Yeah, Omer's cool. Soccer festival. I was mentioning it to Jarrett the other day. Actually, when I was coming over here today, there's a park that's closed, and somebody's catching something. I see the fishermen are all going around the locked barrier, and they're catching something out of the river, the all gray. I don't know what it is. I doubt it, Sue. I think that's all human Disney Channel rhetoric. Only thing that looked like it grieved when something died to me was an elephant. So pretty here. It's like the sky and the water, like are the same color. Big time, Sue. Totally true. Oh, were you in Northwoods? Yeah, it's an interesting place. You ever go to Frank's? You know, that Frank's, they started that business. They won the lottery twice, that family. Not crazy jackpots, but like $1 million when $1 million meant something. And then they won another 600,000 later on. Thought I'd come over here today and knock out some reading. Yeah, it was nice to talk to Ebony. Seems to be hanging in there okay. Her mother's a nurse. You probably heard her say that in an interview. She's got a son that's doing well and a daughter that's doing well. Yeah, I know Tony. I've known him for a long time. Penny, you ought to go to Rico's in Saginaw on your way up. You probably get down to Saginaw, go over to Rico's. Are you familiar with that place? Look it up on the internet. It's way better. She just went in the back seat, sleeping. Northwoods is cool, but they sell a lot of junk too. As I said, I talked to Ebony this morning a little bit. Yeah, I heard it was snowing down there in Detroit. It was like that when I was down there. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's another life up here. I mean, it's got its pros and cons, but overall, it's better, I think. That's my opinion. I'd rather live up here and visit Detroit rather than live in Detroit and visit up here. But Penny, definitely look up Rico's. They're open now too. RICOS. Lady that owns it's a sweetheart. It's not hard to get to. Excellent food. All homemade everything. Yeah, she did. I still think she drinks. But, what are you going to do? I mean, it's weird. When I'm down there and I'm talking to these people, I was thinking that on the way over here. It's like, why do I go down there and why am I nice to these people? I don't really, I can't 100% answer it. I don't really know. Yeah, these are the kind of beaches where you just love the beauty of it. Even in the summer, you freeze your damn ass off here. This is a relatively safe place to swim because it's so shallow, but a couple people did drown here last summer. Nothing like Lake Michigan, though, because you're getting the wind out of the west most of the time. Big rip tides. A couple people got washed off piers during storms. When I was living down in Florida, people used to drown left and right in spring break. You've been cooped up, you've been going to college, you come down there, look out at this blue water, and you run out there and jump in, they never see you again. It's not uncommon. Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is, they're just in a tough spot, and I think they just enjoy, like, talking to someone out of the area. They just almost seem shocked and flattered that someone wants to talk to them that doesn't want something from them. That's my take on it. Yeah, I think I like Frank's better than Northwoods. You got educated staff and better quality. Yeah, drug people. Yeah, actually, I'm a little further up from the lighthouse. Lighthouse is over there. I'm at the spot that used to be dead end. I don't think that snow's going to stick down there. It's just more of a pain in the butt than anything. This is a nice place to take kids in the summer because they can just go out there and dink around a nice sand beach. It's a lot less crowded over here in the summer. It's way better if you ask me. Boy, there's nothing like seeing the sunrise here on Lake Huron. You'd think you were in the Caribbean. Yeah, I've been cooking too much. Not too much. I do cook. Fish, chicken, stuff like that. Lamb when I can get it. But nothing like great. I'm looking forward to getting down to Detroit and doing some interviews. Love the sound of this water crashing. I don't know why it's such a good feeling to just watch water, listen to it. It's like the whole experience. The wind, the sound, the look, nobody around. It's just like great feeling. No, it's very beautiful. The notion that this is fresh water and we have all this water around Michigan. You know, I grew up in Michigan, so every book report we did was on the Great Lakes, and every field trip was at a Great Lake. So I kind of took it for granted until I got older. And I see people in places like Florida just trying to figure out how they're going to get enough fresh water. No, I get it. Yeah, it's about 78, 76, 78 miles right across here to Canada. Birds are up here migrating pretty heavy. I haven't seen too many today. The Kirkland warbler, the world's rarest warbler, is not far from here. Actually, about 20 miles west of here. Kirtland, very famous, world's famous warbler. I go watch them when they come into town. They make about a 1,680-mile trip in 6 days. It's pretty impressive. You know, I was reading some info on birds last night, and you'd think I'd know this by now because the robin's our state bird. But robins migrate at night. I never knew that. Yeah, I've been to Tallahassee, yep. Yep, I've been all over Florida. I lived down there for 5 miserable years. I had a buddy of mine that down from West Palm Beach that bought a hay farm up near Tallahassee. That's the only thing that kept him in business when the economy tanked. Going up there and harvesting hay and bringing it down and selling it in Palm Beach County. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I've had to go down there once in a while, and I'll go even in the winter. I'll go down there for a day and get out of there the same day. I used to go to Key West once in a while. Once in a while, I'll go down to India Atlantic, just south of Melbourne, spend a week at the Radisson. Just sit and drink beer and sit on the balcony and listen to waves. But you know, this isn't much different than that. But there's nothing like ocean waves. I mean, this is cool and I like it, but it's not like the Atlantic Ocean. It's just not. Hey, cross up. There's some of them in Fairview. There's not a lot because the jack pines aren't the same. If you look on the map of the distribution, you'll see most of them are in Mayo. They used to have these bird festivals, but because of the budget crunches, there's not too many of them around anymore. I go to that stuff. I don't really like groups of stuff, though. I'd rather learn it on my own. I've got all my camera equipment today in case I see something good. I mean, I take a lot of photos of the same stuff. Even when I upload, you'll see like, why do I have like so many photos that look the same? Because they're not the same. Like when I'm in Detroit, the clouds are different, the sun's different, I take it at a different angle. Everyone is a little different, but if you're not into like photography, you just think, wouldn't one of these just be good enough? So great today. This is so nice. You know, I'm going to bring Ebony, Tassie. I'm taking them up to the Amish this summer. We're going to eat apple pie with the Amish. That's going to be quite a trip when you consider Ebony and Tassie have come a long way. If you'd have told any of us 5 years ago that we'd be eating apple pie with the Amish, nobody would have believed it. Yeah, it smells better, different. Yeah, I'd like to see that snow. I think it's kind of cool down there like that. So you guys must be a little colder than we are down up here. Or it's just hitting the ground and melting right away. You know, they're handing out those $1,000 tickets down there left and right. If you listen to that conversation I had with Ebony, her girl she's friends with got one. She's taking somebody to a party store. Party stores are open because they claim they're essential. And here you give somebody a $1,000 ticket on their way to a party store. Such bullshit. Oh, you're at 32? No kidding. That's interesting. Yeah. So weird. It's good photography, though, I'll tell you that. Now's the time to be taking some pictures. I got some good pictures of Zug Island when I was down there because it was snowing. Got an inch, huh? Well, what are they saying about this snow? When's it supposed to quit? It is hard to believe that the fresh water could just pool up like this, isn't it? If you ever messed around with an aquarium or a pond, you realize what a pain it is to keep the water healthy. And then you see big giant places like this that just takes care of itself. Yeah, I haven't really got a straight answer. If you see that little video that I put up of Flint the other night, just busy as hell, party stores. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it helps. I think what really turns people into drinkers is the unknown. You know, you got the little subtle anxiety of catching this shit. And then if you're going to be able to not go bankrupt, you know, when are things going to return to normal? I mean, there's a lot on people's minds. hon? Daisy's sleeping down here. Good girl, honey. Yeah, good girl, hon. Daisy's sleeping. You tired, hon? I gave Daisy a shower yesterday. Yeah, you're right, Sue. It's true. Yep. Here's the dazer. You sleeping, honey? You sleeping? You sleeping, honey? No, I believe it. I sure am glad I don't have anybody living with me, I'll tell you. I go nuts. Yeah, it's true, Sue. Yep. Daisy's snoring. Speaking on. You tired? Yeah, you're probably right. Probably wouldn't be so bad if you just started dating. Yeah, that's about it, yeah. No. Yeah, my neighbor's going through a divorce. She has 3 kids. Doesn't seem to, she seems to handle it okay. Oh, really, Penny? Well, I think I'm going to sign off here and knock out a few chapters of reading, you guys. I'll be on tonight at 9 if you're going to be around. Hope you have a good day. Okay, Penny. Go down to Rico's. Get their chicken nachos. And get it some chips and salsa on the side for later. You too, Sue. You can get there from Omer in about 30 minutes, so it's worth it. Cash only. Cash only. You too, Lana. Hey, Dejo. How you doing? Have a good day.